Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Game, and it's something on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, y'all. We are running the latest release, y'all. I think it's 0.87, which actually provides more content for KSK's route as well. So we've got plenty of content to get through, y'all. Let's jump right back in, shall we? June and I walk together. Unlike everyone else who walks either right behind me or right in front of me as if they're expecting to need to catch me at any moment, June walks side by side with me. Which is also pretty easy when not only are there very few people in the hallways, but the ones who are still around press themselves up against the walls the moment they notice me, like the Red Sea opening up passage. I can't tell whether to be glad or annoyed by the special treatment. At least Shuichi and Saya stayed true to their word. I didn't see a single sign of them waiting around to help me up or down the stairs. Thankfully, climbing the roof on my own took a little time, but it wasn't difficult. The roof? Your plan for today was the roof? Yeah. I have to admit, the disappointment in June's face is kind of funny. I wanted to lie down and relax for a bit. You spent most of the day spacing out and ignoring class. How much more relaxed can you get? You don't need to put it like that. It might sound silly, but I haven't come here in a while. I've always liked hanging out here. There's rarely ever anyone else around. The view is nice, and it's a great spot for cloud gazing. There's almost always a comfortable breeze, and it's a great place to nap. But despite all that, I haven't been able to come here since before the accident. I miss it. I guess a little part of me felt like, how do I put it? Like, if I could come here and relax like I always used to do, maybe it would feel like things are finally back to normal. June's eyes go wide, and the tiger makes some kind of a high-pitched, throaty sound that I can't quite describe in words. He immediately looks down at his own feet, his ears twitching as he crosses his arms, rubbing his elbow. Now I feel bad for saying that. It's okay, it's not like you knew my reason. Whoa! Suddenly, I'm enveloped by a mass of fluff and fur as June wraps his arms around my neck and buries his face on my shoulder. June? Sorry, I said something mean without thinking. It wasn't that bad. It was a pretty normal reaction. Still, he's so cute when he pouts. Despite me trying to reassure him, June's grip around me only grows tighter. June? The tiger looks up at me for a second, giving me a clear view of his hazelnut eyes and his reddened cheeks. At that moment, I stopped trying to reassure him entirely. All the words escaped me just like that. After holding my gaze for a few seconds, June pushes his face down against my shoulder once again. This time a little more forcefully. I feel a slight twinge for the briefest moment, but the thought of telling him that doesn't even cross my mind. Instead, I gingerly wrap an arm around the tiger and gently rub his back while keeping the other one securely on my crutches to avoid both of us tumbling down to the floor. Not tumbling down to the floor is pretty high on the list of priorities. June rubs the tip of his nose against me and nuzzles my shoulder in silence, his tail swishing back and forth leisurely behind him. It's kind of fun to watch it swishing like that. Sorry, I kinda didn't ask for permission. I didn't ask for permission before trying to kiss you the other day. I figured this makes a sequel. That's true. He's so warm. I thought that to myself the last time we hugged, but June really is warm. And I don't mean just his body. There you go. Your heart is going crazy. I can hear it. Yeah, it really is. Is it bad that that makes me happy? Yes, it's terrible. You should be ashamed. Too bad. I'm not. You're unbelievable. I know. June pulls away from me, looking down at the ground with an adorably red face and a coy smile. All hugged out? I could do with some more, but you came here to lie down and relax. There's no point if we're standing around. I don't know. I think this might count as relaxing. No, I don't want you to change your plans because of me. I want you to do what you came here to do. Well, there's just one thing. A thing? What thing? I might not have thought things through. I mean, how am I going to lie down on the floor? It's a bit difficult to do that without bending my knee, especially when I'm on crutches. Oh! Yep. Let it never be said that I am a smart man. Sometimes I really am not a smart man. I'll help you. It's no big deal. Not to be rude, but I don't think you can. Don't look at me like that. I'm not that weak. Okay, settle down. There's no need to make a fuss over it. I mean, don't look down on me. With a little bit of help from June, not to mention a lot of time, I'm able to lie on the floor at my usual spot, using my bag as a makeshift pillow and June's leg under my knee to keep it in a comfortable position. June, on the other hand, refuses to fully lie down, instead merely sitting up next to me. Are you sure you're cool with this? You can take your bag and lie down too. It's fine. I don't want to lie down. You sure? It can be pretty relaxing. There's a nice breeze and you can look up at the clouds, I know. We stay silent for a little while. I instead do as I always do and watch the clouds go by quietly. I don't care about trying to figure out what shapes they are or check how fast they're moving. I just watch them drift. I'm good with that, focusing on the clouds as they drift off. It's oddly soothing. You know, this kind of reminds me of something. Yeah? What's that? I'm pretty sure that's exactly where I was sitting when I confessed to you the first time. Oh. It's okay, you don't need to feel awkward about it. Have I already mentioned that I'm sorry about the way I reacted that night? Because I really am sorry. You don't have to apologize. I caught you completely by surprise and you weren't ready for it. I was feeling under the weather and I jumped the gun because I wasn't thinking straight. Besides, if anything, the problem we had that night wasn't your reaction, it was your lack of a reaction. Oh, so that's what we're doing now. We're picking apart what happened that night. Just being accurate, that's all. You know, cross my I's and dot my T's. Pretty sure it's the other way around. Oh, yeah. You missed the saying on purpose, didn't you? Did I? I've got to hand it to him. He's a lot wittier than he looks. You wouldn't be able to guess just from looking at him that he's this sharp. Granted, he's still an idiot, but he's a sharp idiot. He's my idiot. But you know, all in all, I'm not too broken up about it. About what? The confession? It was tough to go through it, but I can't complain too much. In the end, it did end up bringing me closer to you. All's well that ends well. Something like that. Well, I'm not too broken up about that in specific. Not to say that I'm not broken up, just in a slightly different way. A bit more south, really, around the knee region. Yikes, that joke wouldn't be funny even if it wasn't too soon. The others are right about it being too dark. I seem to recall you backing me up earlier today. That's different. I've been through something similar. I know we sometimes do or say weird things to cope. I know you're trying to find something about your situation to poke fun at, but don't force yourself so much. There's no point in trying to put everyone else at ease if it comes at the cost of hurting yourself. Sheesh, you really saw right through me to that extent? I told you, I've been around the block once or twice. I suppose. I still can't get over how different you talk, though. It might be the hardest thing to adjust to for me. Oh, shut up, I don't sound that different. The sound of Jun's laughter is a lot nicer than I thought it'd be. It's weird. When I first noticed how he seemed to have figured out my bluffs, I was anxious about it. Does knowing more about what he's been through really make me that much more at ease with it? I didn't think I'd be able to joke about putting on airs for the others with anyone. Not this easily, at least. It's nice to feel understood. And it's nice to not feel judged. Was it bad? Was what bad? You know, adjusting. After you found out about... Actually, never mind. You tried to... of course it was bad. That was a stupid question. I'm really sorry. Forget I... Shh, settle down. I try sitting up so I can apologize for being insensitive, but Jun places a hand on my chest and gently nudges me down. I know you don't mean anything by it, and I did tell you I'd be honest with you from now on. I don't mind talking about it with you. But, to answer your question, yeah, it was hard, but your situation is really different from mine. I was still a little kid, and I got shipped out to a boarding school soon after because my parents thought it'd be the best for me to have 24/7 care, even if it meant being separated from my friends and family. Besides, it's a lot harder to make a kid understand why he can no longer see his friends, or play sports, or hug his mom when he's scared because she's just too far away. Not to say that I think your situation is any easier than mine was. Please don't take it that way. I'm just saying that it's different. Yeah, I get that. I guess you're right. Jun moves his hand to my forehead, gently stroking it and rubbing his fingers through my fur. If this were anyone else, I'd tell them to cut it out or I'd push their hand away, but right now, I don't feel like I have that fight in me. Besides, if there's anyone I feel comfortable being touched by right now, it's him. Of course! That doesn't mean I don't know what you're going through. Our situations are pretty different, but I know what it's like not being able to do what you love. I know what it's like being annoyed that everyone around you suddenly starts treating you different. I know what it's like to lie about how you're feeling because telling the truth is just too exhausting. I don't want you to feel like you have to lie about how you're doing, and not to me at least, so I won't push. I won't hover over you until all the time or treat you like I think you're going to break down any moment. If you feel like you're going to break down, or if you feel like you need someone to keep you company, I'll trust that you'll tell me, and I'll be here for you when you need me. But I won't hover. You're not some little kid. I know you can take care of yourself. You know what you need better than anyone else. Okay? Yuichi-kun? No, yeah, of course. You're absolutely right. That's It's exactly what I've been thinking this whole time. June really did catch on to how I was feeling about this whole thing. I wonder he's been giving me space lately. A tightness forms in my chest as a newfound sense of appreciation for this sweet, silly tiger begins to stir inside. Thank you. You're welcome. I can feel a tension I didn't even know I had around the back of my neck, and my shoulders begin to ease up ever so slightly. June and I continue to sit and relax, quietly enjoying each other's company. Little by little, I can tell that we are becoming closer. Several hours later, when it finally became time for me to go home, I called a taxi to pick me up by the school gates. June stuck around and waited for me the entire time, and I, for one, appreciated his company. In fact, even though I know I'll see him tomorrow, a little part of me felt sad to be leaving. But I know Mom would worry if I stayed out too late, especially now that I have no reason to still be at school after class. I am home! I announced my presence as soon as I arrived, quickly dropping my bag by the couch and taking a seat. I might not spend that much time on my feet, but these crutches are for sure wrecking my hands. Having to put so much weight on them is making my hands feel really stiff and sore. Writing during class has been a bother now because of it. Hopefully I'll adjust soon, they'll stop hurting, or maybe I'll be able to walk normally again, even. I can dream. I guess Mom might be in her room. If she were downstairs, she'd have responded by now. I could go up to my room and get changed, but I know I was the one that told Shuichi and Sai I wouldn't need help with the upstairs after class, but maybe I should have accounted for going up on the roof before I said that. My hands are sore, my good foot hurts, my shoulders are stiff, I'm white. I think I'll just lie down here for a bit and get some rest. Thank God we have a comfortable couch. Maybe I'll take a look at my notes later. I have to catch up on the stuff I missed while I was away. And maybe I could swing by the tennis club tomorrow to see how they're handling the transition. Ugh, I hate this. My body is tired and I've done so much nothing the past few weeks that my mind can't rest. I haven't been sleeping well, and I'm constantly trying to distract myself because of it. I thought things would be better now since I was able to relax so well this afternoon without thinking of anything. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that notification bell. And check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!